So do you relate to this when, for example, you see a movie, or do you see some kind of motivational video on YouTube, or maybe you see some TikTok or Instagram reel or whatever video about like fitness, and maybe you try to follow some people, maybe it's an actor or a YouTuber, or maybe on TikTok you find somebody that is working every day and posting, and you follow their content, and then after a while, kind of you get hyped. You really feel motivated to do the same thing. You see the result what on YouTube, on TV, and you want to do the same thing. So you get all hyped up. You go to the gym. You actually buy that membership, and then you say to yourself, "Hey, I'm gonna go 3 to 5 times to the gym. This is now my or whatever number sort of you set for yourself." And then the first week comes along, you go to the gym, you succeed. You go all of the days that you were supposed to go, you feel good, you feel energized, you want to do it again. Next, second week comes along, and then you miss a day because something maybe happened at work, or you were late, or you were very tired, so you kind of skip one day. You still went majority of the day, but one day you skipped. And then a third week comes along. But then on the third week, you have some event or a travel reason or something happens, and you only manage to go to the gym like once or twice. And then the fourth week comes along, and even before the month is finished, you kind of already lost all of the motivation that you had in the beginning, and you want to quit. You decide to quit, but you can't because you still have that gym membership, but now the motivation is kind of lost and you don't know what to do. So this is the video for you then, because what I want to talk about is one of the biggest things that I found out that help you stay motivated for a very long time, and you keep sort of consistency for also a very long time. So it's I found this in a kind of a not so fun way, kind of a difficult way. So let me tell you a story about how I found out about this motivation, and maybe it will apply to you as well. Don't worry, I'm not gonna tell my whole life story. This video would get way too long. But basically what you need to know is that in high school, so the last 2 years of high school, I went to a boarding school in UK. And in that boarding school, we had a very strict routine when we eat, to do homework, school, bedtime, waking time. It kind of felt like being in an army in some sense. Now looking back, I really loved it and enjoyed the whole experience either way, because there was a very strict routine. There wasn't much we could do in our spare time besides just chill on a sofa or something like that. But there was a gym at our school, and there were sort of a couple of my friends were actually kind of really liked going to the gym because they already worked out previously, so yeah, some like muscles and experience in the gym. So I kind of went along just to, just for fun, because there wasn't much to do anyway. And I kind of started lifting just weights, or just getting some advice, lifting weights, but I didn't have any plan or anything like that. I was just there to just for fun, basically. But the newbie gains concept, where basically if you start to work out, it doesn't matter what you do, correct, not correct, like form, you're gonna build muscle, and quite quickly, because I don't know, that's the way our bodies are built. But then after you build that muscle, then it kind of plateaus, and then to build more muscle, it's way more difficult. But at the start, it's easy. So what happened is basically I gained a lot of muscle over those 2 years, just in actually 1 year, because already on a second year, last year of my high school, basically, I already, other people started noticing that I changed, even kind of before me. So I then started to look into a mirror, and then I kind of saw myself results. I became more confident, and then kind of it seemed others really liked me because of what I did, and it just overall I was feeling just amazing. It kind of happened to me by accident, but then the whole world opened up to me of gym and fitness and looking good, and abs and all of that stuff. And I really enjoyed it. So I kind of wanted to, associate myself to these people and just continue going to the gym. But then high school ended, and then I went to university in Scotland. But then in Scotland, I'm a student. There is no sort of strict routine. Nobody cares about you. You have total freedom for yourself. I mean, so you can see kind of where this is going. But basically, I tried to work out. I went to Scotland. I signed up for a gym. I tried to going there, but for some reason, I never really worked out alone at that point. I was usually with friends, and even before that, before going to boarding school, I was also going to the gym, but not really, kind of just playing basketball there mostly, but still going with someone. So for me, I kind of, I wanted to party. There's a lot of drinking in UK. It's first year students and stuff like that. So there was a whole other problems and stuff that happened during that year. But basically, regarding gym, is that I tried to eat healthy, I tried to work out a lot, but after a month, I think after 2 months, I kind of just stopped going to the gym because I kind of lost all of the motivation. I don't know, I didn't see the point, and the life was not very enjoyable for me in Scotland, so I didn't really work out. And but I still had the muscle that I was built, so was kind of happy the way I looked and felt and everything. But then the summer came. So 1 year of university is now finished. Summer came. I came back to Lithuania, and then I think one morning I kind of just woke up and went to a mirror, because like back home in Lithuania I had this kind of big mirrors with all of the walls and stuff, because in my dorm room in university I didn't really have that. So that was kind of a first time I kind of saw my full body just in one mirror. And I got really scared at that time, because what I saw is that I lost everything. So I lost all of the gains that I built up in those 2 years at boarding school. So it really shook me, actually. It really shook me. For some reason, I felt this strong urge to really get back to the gym and basically gain everything that I lost. For me, it was not only the way I looked, but just going to the gym and building muscles, and I associated that with feeling good. And when I saw that I didn't have that, I immediately felt very bad. And then I went to my second year of university and I started going to the gym, but then I saw how difficult it is to build muscle. It is way easier to lose muscle than it is it's probably with everything with life. It's way easier to lose something than to actually gain something. So it's kind of the same in the gym. And I did kind of rebuild over, I think, a year or maybe even more, because it was I wasn't doing that strict routine and stuff like that. But that is the story of where I lost something. No, sorry. That is the story of where I gained something. Then I lost it. And only when I lost it, I actually understood the value of what I had. And then I kind of vowed to never feel that way again. So it's not about the way I looked, it's about how I felt. And I felt not good. I didn't like the way, because nobody else kind of cared. I didn't get any comments from others or anything like that. It was purely kind of feeling of, this is not the standard, this is not the way I want to keep living my life. And then gym was associated with, to me, gym is sort of associated with way more than just looking good or whatever. It's about just being happy and healthy, and gym does provide that to me. So what I learned during those couple of years is that one thing is that if your motivation is to lose weight or look good or get abs or be shredded or whatever, this type of motivation fades away very, very quickly. Because it's not the real reason of why you want to work out. This is just a goal to get abs, to lose weight. It's a type of goal, but it's not the reason or a motivation for you to work out. The motivation has to be deep rooted. It has to come from your core beliefs and dreams and wishes, something that is kind of true to yourself. Otherwise, it's not gonna stick. And usually, if you think about it, usually a lot of these core beliefs and this deep-rooted motivation actually also comes from negative emotions, like anxiety, anger, discomfort, fear, whatever. We are creatures that really, for some reason, feel strongly about negative things. So if you have negative emotions, it's one of the first things that you want to do is to get rid of them. So if you associate some negative emotion with gym, then what happens is that you are gonna go to the gym just to not feel that. I mean, that was kind of what happened to me. However, I'm not saying that you now need to get depressed to actually get motivation to work out. What I'm trying to convey is that you need a strong reason and a real reason to work out. Motivation comes and goes, but if you have a reason that is way beyond just 5 times per week to the gym, or losing 10 pounds or 5 kilos or whatever, it does not work if it's a simple goal rather than a deep-rooted belief of why you want to work out. From my experience, I actually got a taste of what it feels like to be fit. And once you get a taste of that, like having a forbidden fruit from heaven, then you cannot unsee the truth, So, but again, I'm not saying that you should do what I did, because I mean, to feel the same motivation as I did, you first actually have to kind of have a motivation to work out for a couple of years to actually gain muscle, and then to lose it, and then you will find out that no, this is actually what I want. So probably it would be difficult for somebody to replicate what I did, but from my experience, I found that after this experience, once I actually got a very strong reason of what gym is to me, not just lifting weights or getting abs or anything like that, then I became a lot more consistent. Then gym was just, I think at that point when I saw myself and I didn't like what I saw, I think I said that I'm just gonna work out for the rest of my life. That was literally the sentence that I said to myself, that okay, gym is just, maybe I'm gonna work out maybe once or twice a week, maybe sometimes like 6-7 times per week. And it does fluctuate for me. So sometimes I work out less, sometimes more, sometimes I have a strict 12-week program, sometimes I'm just on maintenance where I just, a couple of times per week to the gym. But overall, I'm just never quitting gym. And that is the thing I understood back then when I looked in the mirror. And once you get that sort of this is not just a motivation. Once you get the sort of a core association to what this thing means to you, in this case, gym, it's kind of impossible for me not to do it. So I think this is one of the biggest, you can call it sort of motivations that you can get. And then you will stay consistent, for life. So my friend, for you need to sit down and actually write down on a piece of paper and think about it really hard. What is the actual, why do you want to work out? Why did working out and gym popped into your head? Was it just like a commercial that advertised ice cream and you wanted it, but then you forgot about it and then you never sort of cared about the ice cream in the first place? Or is it something more deeply rooted in yourself? If you can dig deeper and find something strong to hook up to, then believe me, you're gonna go to the gym no matter what.